Hello YouTube, welcome to another episode of Recipe for a Deck. Today's deck is Fish Synchro OTK, and the price of the deck is around $70 to $80. Now for the monster lineup, we have a staple in any frog slash fish deck, Treeborn Frog, and it's pretty much just revives itself from the grave. And then there's Ronintoadin, which is just as good as Treeborn Frog, and you revive itself by removing another frog from the grave. Very useful. Also has 2000 defense. Swap Frog, triple Swap Frog. Use them to dump other frogs from your deck to the grave, such as Treeborn Frog, or frogs for Ronintoadin to remove the special summon itself, just like Dark Grapher. Very useful. And then here's Dupe Frog. Dupe Frog is also just a wall like Ronintoadin, but it cannot revive itself from the grave. Instead, when it's destroyed and sent from the field to the grave, you get to search out another frog from your deck or grave. Very useful. And then here's two fish tuners, Fish Borg Blaster. And they're level 1 and they revive themselves. So you generally just use them to summon Formula, Synchron, etc. Oyster Meister, which is like the dandelion for the deck. When they're sent to the grave through some method other by battle, they summon an Oyster token, which is used for synchros or tributes. Then there's Royal Swamp Eel, which is just a water type fish, which is a generic tuner. Mobius, used to get rid of spells and traps. And triple Caius uses Treeborn, Fishborg, Ronintoadin, just those monsters for tribute. Gets rid of your problems, such as monsters and spells and traps that get in your way. Let's see, Light and Darkness Dragon. Interesting card. Used to temporarily stop your opponent's strategies and disturb them. As well as when it's destroyed, you get to special summon monster from your grave other than itself. And then here's Super Ancient Deep Sea Coelacanth, which is the key card for the Fish OTK. You discard a card and special summon as many fish monsters from your deck that are level 4 and lower. So you just summon a whole bunch of tuners and non-tuners and synchro summon some big synchros that can easily run over the rest of your opponent's life points. So that's the monster lineup. And then there's a spell line. So here we have Foolish Burial, used to dump Treeborn Frog and Ronintoadin, as well as Fishborg Blaster. Double Soul Exchange, which is used to take advantage of the Monarch Tribute summon to get rid of your opponent's monster. However, you cannot perform your battle phase the turn you use Soul Exchange. 1-for-1, used to get out Treeborn Frog and Fishborg Blaster from your deck. Cold Wave, which is used to ensure your opponent can't respond to your OTK. Book of Moons, just to disturb the opponent's strategy. Mystical Space Typhoon, just generic spell trap removal, it's a staple. As well as Monster Reborn, also a staple. revive your super ancient deep sea coelacanth, and perform the OTK. Dark hole, which is also another staple. Double pot of avarice to recycle your monsters. And last of all, triple enemy controller, used to take your opponent's monsters and tribute them or use them for synchro summons. Last of all, we have 4 traps, a lot of traps for a fish synchro deck. Let's see, triple spiritual water art Oi, which allows you to tribute a water monster and look at your opponent's hand and force them to discard a card. Useful for disrupting strategies. And Mind Crush, which serves a similar role, except it doesn't have a cost. Next up, we have the extra deck. We have 2 formula synchrons used to summoned by using Treeborn Frog, Fishborg Blaster, and Oyster tokens. Stardust Dragons, summon to prevent your opponent from destroying your cards and allows you to maintain field presence. Armory Arm, which is used in the situation where you have an Oyster, Meister, and Fishborg on the field. Just a generic level 4 synchro. Well, the only one actually for TCG. And let's see, Scrap Dragon, which is just used to get rid of your opponent's cards that are on the field, as well as being a 2800 beater. Gungear, the Dragon of the Ice Barrier. You get to discard up to 2 cards from your hand to the grave and destroy an amount of cards your opponent controls equal to the number of cards you destroy. No, I mean discarded. And last but not least, Shooting Star Dragon, which is summoned using Formula Synchron and Stardust. It just looks cool. Okay, thanks for watching. Remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe.